everyone to yet another episode of the Mr. IES show where we talk about tech, travel and tuxedo. Apologies on the delay in having this follow-up episode as I was a little under weather and took me 20 days to recover. Thankfully, no COVID. In all this, got myself vaccinated and I hope each one of you are getting yourself vaccinated. It is important and don't miss the most critical thing you would be doing in your life. So finally, good to be back with you all and ready for the concluding episode of SaaS Journey from 1 million to 10 million ARR. If you have not heard the chapter 1 of the episode, please follow me on Spotify, Apple Podcast and Google for that episode so that you will have the context of what I'll be covering in this episode. As mentioned to you in my last episode, the remaining points which are critical for your journey, we will cover today, starting with partnership. Partnership models are very critical during this phase of your growth, and with lower cost and higher outreach, most leading companies like HubSpot have been pioneers in using partnership model for its growth. Things you need to remember before creating your partnership model will be type of partnership or reseller model, compensation plan for the partnership, partner marketing, like the sign up landing page on your website, partner contracts, partner channels and partner tires. Most important, mutual goals, which is very critical. You could find some samples and templates of partner resell model on HubSpot website, a great resource for all the templates which you require. Next is customer profiling. Most of the time when we are in our growth phase, it is very critical to understand your customer profile. See if your product fits which type of customers and whether it is scalable. Even though you might focus yourself into moving to bigger segment, we all know that no one size fits all cannot be the approach during your growth phase. So it is a time to identify two things: industry you are serving and size of customers currently you have. And if your product is mature enough to work well with larger customers. I have seen SaaS companies working on product which has been serving SMB customers, but moment they go for an enterprise customers, they have failed, as we see no plan in managing enterprise customers. You can't have the same team, which has been supporting the SMB managing enterprise customers, same product contacts or the same resources. So managing enterprise customers, and most important, it is your product ready to manage large scale data, which a typical enterprise customers will require. This includes whether the server can take that load. So instead of jumping to an enterprise customer, see if you have covered through the SME customers and you're scaling from 10 to 100 to 1000 to 10,000. Very critical in your customer profiling is to check whether your product is matured, whether your product has the industry specific features, whether you have the right manpower to manage large enterprise customers. So the next point would be very closely related to the last point, which is regional growth. Multi-region growth or going international is something you need to be very careful, because different countries have different laws and policies, and you have to see if your product is matured and ready to be served in that country. I have seen organizations just changing the currency or changing some features to a different country and saying your product is ready for your country. Every country has a different way to manage its books. So very critical to understand if your product is ready for that country. Local is a way, but not before your product is ready to be sold in that country. Check the laws and policies before jumping the gun. New lines of business. As you can see, most of the critical business thing for your journey is interlinked. New lines of business or different product or solution is something which you need to be aware whether it is the time to launch that new product. If you are specialized solution and you are seeing success, but all of a sudden you are creating a solution for which you would require time and resource, then it is better to put it on hold until your main product is being adapted by large organization, or maybe your main product is ready for going international. So look at all those aspects. Some questions you should ask yourself is whether my product is matured enough and the next solution we are going to build is going to help the main solution grow, or it's a different sub solution, or it is altogether a different new solution. What is the intent of building the new solution and what is the target segment for the same? Do we have the resources to back it up, like support, trained product expert, and enough market intelligence? It is very important to have the right market intelligence, market fit, financial resources to build and market the solution. Product integration in marketplace. This is one of the most critical point. One of the reasons for success of solutions like HubSpot are the product integration and having marketplace. Today, when an organization is looking at a SaaS solution, they look at how well the new product they are buying is going to integrate with its existing solution. So your product has to be ready to be integrated to most of the latest skill-based solutions like CRM, business intelligence, and productivity tools. It is good to have a marketplace if your product is going to be a main solution or a sub solution, as it will make it easier for the customers to just download the integrated solution from the marketplace. So most important aspect you have to remember is your product having a marketplace and can be integrated with different solutions. Customer onboarding. For any customer to be happy with your product, it is critical that he has a great customer onboarding experience. Customer onboarding at times becomes a driver for decision making, whether the customer will continue with your product. Remember, SaaS products are on subscription model, and he wouldn't mind canceling the subscription if he or she is not happy with the overall onboarding experience. So it is important to have a customer onboarding process document, which should be shared with the customer to know how the onboarding is going to be and what support we as solution provide need for him. Give him a clear timeline and stick to the timeline for each aspect of onboarding. Give him clear contact points for different aspects of the solution. And if possible, an escalation metrics when you are in the scaling phase. It is all the more critical that your onboarding process is flawless without any loopholes. So these are some of the most important aspects you need to remember during your journey. If you want more detailed journey mapping, please feel free to reach out to me. In the meanwhile, I wish you all the best in scaling up phase. Until next time, this is Mahesh Iyer signing off. And as always, don't forget to follow or subscribe the Mr. Iyer Show, where tech, travel, and tuxedo join hands. Thank you.